today we're going to talk about how to make money from referral partnerships. Now, this is seriously one of the most underutilized strategies. And in fact, it's one of those things that I think I have down packed. And then when I really look at it or review it, I don't have it nearly as down packed as I should. And I'm not profiting nearly as much as I could be from doing it. And I'm going to share with you some of the strategies today, or what it is, and some of the strategies that you could have, because I feel like if this is something that I'd really gotten better at years back, I would be a lot further ahead with where I am right now. It's kind of like that email marketing saga that I always talk about as well. So did you know you can expect at least 16% more in profits just from referred customers? So as I said, it's a super neglected strategy and many business owners are losing out from it, especially if you're in the B2B space. And we have been talking quite a bit about the B2B space because there's obviously a lot of money there that we could be tapping into. They're a proven way to bring in qualified leads through building word of mouth referrals and strengthening existing relationships. It is really important that you've got a formal and detailed agreement. And I think that this is something that I'm not doing. I'm kind of going, well, if I do it for you, you're going to do it for me, and we're just going to reciprocate. And you know what? It doesn't happen unless it's actually spelt out in agreement. I just think that you're opening yourself up just to be taken advantage of. Basically, a personal business agrees to promote your products and services to potential customers. Every time the referral partner generates a new sale for the business, they either earn a commission, a referral fee, or some sort of a reward. Okay, so whatever you agree upon. So what are referral partnerships? Well, a referral partner is a business who agrees to refer business in exchange for your referral or even for payment. So they agree to exchange. You say, right, I'm going to exchange to you, you're going to exchange to me. And what are we going to, and when that exchange happens, are we just going to say thank you, or is there going to be a financial benefit to that? And there's actually a benefit for both of those, because some of you might be going, oh, I want the money, but there's a lot of referral partnerships that I do have where no money's exchanged. However, I don't have to do the sale. Literally, the person comes to me and they're already sold. And Jonathan is a perfect example. Jonathan picked up, Jonathan emailed through and said another business coach had recommended my services to him. The business coach didn't specialize in lead generation marketing funnels. And that was something that was holding back his business strategy from actually working. So he connected us through email. Jonathan emailed me. I set up a call. He booked the call, and within 2 seconds of being on the call, he just went ahead. Like, it was so super easy. And it was because the business coach had already pumped me up so much and explained so beautifully what it is that I do that I got a yes. So there was not a lot of selling that I had to do, but that sale wouldn't have happened without that referral. So although money wasn't exchanged between, myself and the referral partner, I actually always send a gift pack. I always send a wine and beer and nuts sort of snack pack. It's quite a big pack that I send through for big referrals like that. When a business has confidence in your business and you've got confidence in their business, that confidence is transferred through to the prospect through a recommendation. Now, this can occur online or offline. So online, it happens when we're tagging each other in groups and we're referring other people and going, I've used that person's services. You really have to check out this person. So those happen online, but they can happen offline as well, which is, for example, what happened with the business coach, where he just emailed me and connected us through an email. Offline can also happen in networking groups as well. Or even when Rachel, I think in the middle of my presentation, said, yes, you do, Chantel, when I said I help other business owners, and Rachel went, yes, you do. It's just giving you that credibility. So what are referral partnerships? Well, a referral partner is a business who agrees to refer business in exchange for your referral or sometimes payment. And here are 5 tips of finding a great referral partner. So these are the 5 things I deem as the most important. So number 1, you've got to understand their needs and your own and have a mutual understanding. And I think that this is really important. You understand what that business strategy is, or what they're trying to achieve. And if you understand what you're trying to achieve, and if it's on the same page, you've got a mutually beneficial or understanding of what you're trying to achieve, which I think is really important. Number two, you have to be like-minded in beliefs and values. And, often you'll hear me talking about how you've got to be careful who you get it into bed with, because you can get a bad rash. It's literally is the truth. Like, it's an association with a potential person. So there's certain people that I don't want to be associated with because of their reputation and the values or the way that they do business. So I think it's really important that you understand their values and beliefs and that they're on par. Number three, you have to keep your communication up regularly and be consistent with it. And a lot of people fall back on this. They go, oh yeah, I'll stay in touch, but it doesn't happen. You literally have to have a consistent routine happening. So for example, Kyle from Business Owners Unite, we have a Friday 1:30 p.m. call. It is literally for 5 to 10 minutes. Hey, how's your week going? What are you working on right now in your business? Do you have any clients right now that are struggling with this? Is there anyone you'd like to refer to me right now? Okay. And I think so many people go, oh, they're going to do it, and they just don't. And I think that a phone call is the better way to do it. I think it's great if you're on their email list. And I know with some of the B2B2C businesses that I work with, the bigger businesses in the 6 to 7 figure range, a lot of them go, I'll just be on their email list. But many of those businesses actually don't want to be on their sales emails and see what they're doing. They actually prefer to have that one-to-one call. So whether or not it's fortnightly, whether or not it's weekly, whether or not it's monthly, I cannot say this enough. At the end of that call, book in the next call. In fact, last week I was struggling automating one of my email sequences, and I went to an IT business that I'm a referral partner with, and I'd I'd been really slack and we hadn't been booking in our calls. I called in and I said, I'm really, really stuck. Can you help me out with this? He got on the phone, helped me out with it. We ended up having a chat, and there was so much cross-referring happening in that call. Now we've got him booked. So my rule is, at the end of that call, I've already booked in my next call. I've already booked in my next one. I've booked in my next one. So number 4 is there really can't be any crossovers. You have to complement each other. And again, you've got to have your expectations sort of ironed out. Now, it's really, and I'm going to talk a bit more about this, but I'll give you an example. Carl runs Social Geeks, which is a marketing agency that specializes in a whole range of things, but really their niche is Google Ads. So as a referral partner, I do marketing strategy, and for me, I will refer Google Ads to him. Now, he does a whole bunch of other things, but I have referral partners in those other fields. So I have communicated right from the beginning that my Facebook ads go to Kerry Fitzgibbons, who is the Facebook ads queen. So I want to choose specialists, not generalists, in each of those areas. And I've clearly communicated that so that there's no misunderstanding. Now, if they do a good job with Google Ads, say they do a good job with Google Ads, then someone may stay with them and do Facebook ads. But for me, I'm going to refer specialists. And I know that Kerry Fitzgibbon is a specialist in Facebook ads, and that's all they do. So I'm going to recommend her. And I have said that in our appointments, so there's no misunderstanding. Number 5, you need to define the arrangement and expectations from the beginning. And again, that really should be done in a written agreement. And I feel like, having written these notes today, that this is where, even though verbally I've communicated this all the time, I feel like we actually need to write it down, even in dot points, to go, this is our understanding. This is the agreement that we have between each other. And I think that that also then stops you from being taken advantage of. So because I'm so active and I'm referring all the time, I'm not getting referrals back. And I don't mind referring, but if I'm not getting referrals back, then for me, there really should be a percentage remuneration. Now, you look at this and you go, percentage remuneration, like how do you even work that out? At the end of the day, it always costs you 10 to 20% to be able to get a client. Okay. That 10 to 20% is you getting up every day marketing. It's you going to networking groups. It's you buying an expo stand. It's you doing follow-up calls. It's you doing follow-up emails. Like the cost of a client, the acquisition of a client comes down to all the time and energy that you're putting into going and marketing it. For me, I have no problem at all giving 10%. If a customer pays up front, I have no issue. In fact, I think I pay around 15% if they pay up front. So if someone comes to me and buys my 5-month program, literally I get on the phone and they go, hello, 5-month program done, because they literally have sold that person just with their recommendation. And by going, oh, Chantel's amazing, you need this person. It's their trust, their know, like, and trust. I'm happy to give them that 15% if they pay up front, because that's the cost of a client. Like, I'm happy to give that away. And I think it's important to know that, but you need to work out what that cost of that client is, of acquiring that client is, so that you can then agree and come up with what that fee should be. And I know even if you bring on a salesperson to go and sell people into programs, there's going to be a cost to that as well. So why should you have referral partners? Well, did you know 92%, I did my statistics, 92% of consumers trust referrals from people they know. They are 4 times more likely to buy based on your recommendation. 4 times more likely to buy. So if you've got people out there that have something in it for them to refer you, and if you stay in forefront of mind by having this agreement or relationship in place, they're 4 times more likely to buy, which means you don't have to sell so much. It's not such a hard sell. And basically your sales process is reduced. So what does that mean for you? Well, your referral partners do all the selling for you. And when you do get introduced to that person, they basically are already sold. This means a much shorter sales process and a steady stream of new clients coming from them. Okay, these are clients you wouldn't else have. But it does mean that you've got to get the right people on as referral partners. You do not want to be wasting your time with tire kickers or people who've got take attitudes. It also means that you're going to be hanging around them. So you want to make sure that they're the right kind of people. And this, as I said, is exactly what Business Owners Unite is. I've got this monthly meeting. People are coming. I've basically communicated. I don't know if any of you have seen the email, but I've basically communicated who this event is for and who it's not for. And I've said it's not for takers. It's for people who have a win-win attitude, who are wanting to exchange business and are already in established businesses. Because I'm not wanting the tire kickers coming just looking to rape your business or rape your network. Okay. So communicating that is going to stop the wrong people from signing up. So referrals can account for 65% of new deals and is a great marketing avenue. So you cannot neglect the strategy, because as I said, they've already, in essence, they've already set that deal up for you and just handing it to you with a bow wrapped around it for you just to close. So how do you get the most out of referral partnerships? Well, first you need to consider, who do your clients need besides you? So who do your clients need besides you? So for example, people come to me and go, Chantel, I need a website. I need my email marketing set up. I need a VA. I need a graphic designer. I need hypnotherapy to work, through my blockages. I need someone to work on my mindset. And they'll come to me and go, Chantel, I need specialists in these other areas, because that's going to help your marketing strategy work. So I go, okay, well, those are the people that I now need to find, is people who I need to look for, people that I can refer to and have in my referral network. But I also need to look at who has my ideal clients, and there's no conflict of interest. So they don't do what I do. So for example, with VMA Visual Digital Marketing, John Bond, who I've recently connected with, They do websites, they do email marketing, they do all these other things. I literally can now refer to them and they can give me a kickback for that, which means I now don't have to manage that task anymore. So number 2 is you've got to work your trusted network to derive the best value. So as I said, this is consistent appointments with them. And it's not long. Seriously, I've been setting 15-minute calls, and some of those calls have been 5 to 10 minutes, but so much good stuff has happened in those 5 to 10 minutes because it's you know what the intention is. Are you working with anyone who needs me right now? Are you working with anyone that needs me right now? Let's introduce them in an email. It's done. Number 3 is you need to develop those relationships and get to know that business better, because potentially those people haven't done business for you. So they maybe haven't done your website, so you don't know how they do a website. So you want to talk to them about the process of how they put together a website or how they deal with their customers. So you know that business well, so that you can, when you're having those conversations with people, you can get those deals across the line and say, you know what, they're freaking amazing because they do this, do this, do that. And this is their point of difference over everyone else. Number 4 is it's really important that you stay in your lane. And this is often happens in referral partners. So they go, I can do everything. Now, I'll be honest, this is something that I did. You know, I started outsourcing my own personal virtual assistants during COVID because people said, oh, I need a website. I need this. I need that. So I started outsourcing my team, and my team started getting exhausted. And guess what? I started getting exhausted because I'd have to manage my team to now do that. And I became a project manager rather than a marketing strategist, which is what I love to do. So it's better for me to stay in my lane and go, I'm just going to do the marketing strategy, outsource the rest of it, and basically earn commission from that, rather than wear myself out by trying to now manage a team to be able to do that. Or be selective in what you do. So don't category creep, meaning that if you're the type of business owner that doesn't have an abundance mindset and you're trying to do everything to everyone, then other referral partners aren't going to want to be your partners, because you're never basically referring. You have to refer and give and be happy to give, and to be able to receive as well. So as I said, it's much better for you to be a specialist rather than a generalist. So rather refer to specialists, and stay in your lane and become known as an authority in your field. Like if a mum came to me and said, she's struggling right now with being a mum, she's freaking running, she with her head cut off right now, I'd go, look, you have to see Jody. Like Jody's the best person for this. She's an educator. She's a qualified, certified coach. I would pimp her and say, right, you need to work with Jody. And chances are, you know what, when you do a referral like that, they're not going to go to Google to see who else is out there. They seriously will not go to Google. They will go just based on your referral. If I said to you, like, Jody was the best person for that right now, none of you would go to Google and go looking elsewhere because you trust me with that recommendation. The last one is number 5, which is you need to form a team or a group. And it's recommended, I was doing some research, they recommended that you should have up to 10 referral partners. But I want to let you know that, places like BX and BNI, they have like 20 plus. The Gold Coast Referral Networking Group, they've got like 20 plus people in their referral groups. However, it's important for you because it's time. If you take, 10 minutes for 20 people, that's 200 minutes in a week, in a fortnight, in a month that you've got to spend nurturing those relationships. So you just need to find the right ones for you, the right ones for your clients, the right ones for you, where it's a win-win or exchange relationship. You have to constantly be working on improving the culture between you. So communicating how you want that exchange or that process to happen, how you prefer to be introduced to that person, to that contact, or what that process is, or if there is anything that perhaps you'd like them to say on your behalf. Like, for example, if this business coach, I think he's in Canberra, when he introduced me to Jonathan, I didn't have to do anything because he did such a great job. But potentially, if he came to me and said, oh, I'd love to refer more clients to you, what usually gets them across the line? I could say, well, look, normally this is an objection, so this is how you could handle that objection. So possibly, let them know your points of difference, let them know objections that come up, so that when they do go speak on your behalf and refer you, they can handle those objections and refer those. The good things is because they're actually, because it's not actually they're not selling for their business, they're often better salespeople when they're referring than if they were actually selling to their own prospect, which is pretty cool. So word of mouth referrals affect the purchasing decision by over 50%. So improve the culture in your referral partnerships and hold yourself to a certain standard. So if someone doesn't perform in that referral partnership, it's a case of saying, and after doing this, I was like, I know exactly where I'm going wrong with mine. It's about having that conversation to say, you know what, I've referred, 3 people over the last month. I'm wondering, do you have any in your network that you can refer to me? So this can be a mutually beneficial partnership, or shall we consider a percentage commission instead? So it's about holding yourself to a standard. So I'll give you an example with regards to specific categories. So I have a lot of tradies and a lot of tradies that I work with. So in my tradie referral partners, I've got a mentor who I refer people to. I've got Master Plumbers Association, who I refer people to. There's a bookkeeper who specializes specifically with bookkeepers, Louise. So I refer them to her. I have an accountant who specifically does accounting for tradies and builders. So I refer to him. And then I've got an administrator who does all the admin for tradies. So I refer people to them. So I've got a whole network specifically for tradies where I could say, here, if you're struggling with something, these are the people that you need to go to. So these are the 4 R's of referral partnerships, because everyone knows I love an acronym. And I came up with 4 R's, so it just helps me. But I think number 1, it comes down to relationships. And you do have, like any relationship, you have to work at that relationship. You can't just expect that relationship to work. You've got to work at it. Number 2 is it does have to be results driven. Okay, you can't just be referring and having these conversations, but it amount to nothing. And I think for me, that was the biggest thing right now. I was like, this is the problem here that I need to be working on. So it does need to be results focused. Number 3, I think respect's a huge thing. I think you have to respect that other business owner and they need to respect you. And I think then you've got to respect yourself in that relationship. And number 4 is it is very much based on a reputation. So and everyone knows that it's not a secret at all how I feel about the secret society who go around and just refer people because they pay to be in a referral network. Okay, so it's not based on the reputation or results that that person gets. And I do have an issue with that kind of referrals happening. I will not refer someone to someone just because, say, I was going to get commission for that, or I was in a paid networking group like BNI. I just couldn't. In my soul, I couldn't do that. I will only refer to someone if they have a good reputation and they get results. And that is a standard that I hold myself to. And I think it's important that you consider that when forming your referral partnerships, because when it comes to affiliate marketing is all about being an affiliate. So it just means you sell and it's purely for a kickback that you get. Referral partnerships is about a partnership. It's about getting into bed with someone. It's not like affiliate marketing, which is just going, yes, 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 and seeing how many times you can come right. It's a bit different. So how do you get referrals from your customers? Because often we neglect our customers. You've got referral partnerships, which is obviously with partners in business. And then you've got referrals from your customers. So number 1, do a good job. If you do a good job and you meet your expectations, people will refer you. Number 2, ask to be introduced to people. And, you know, this is one of my A strategy words is ask, ask, ask. And Daryl will account to this, and I will let Daryl have a little say at the end. But asking is one of my biggest things. Literally go on and say, could you please introduce me to this person? Or could you please introduce me to that person? Did you have something to say now, Daryl, or can you wait till the end? Ask. Yeah,
I can wait till the end. It's all good.
Yeah, awesome. So I know, honestly, it is one of the best strategies ever, and people forget to ask on social media. So ask to be introduced to someone. Ask to be introduced to someone who is struggling to lose weight and is under eating and is struggling to lose weight and has got so many injuries from overtraining. Ask to be introduced to those people. Ask to be introduced to physiotherapists who are working with those people. Okay, so asking is huge. Number 3 is asking for reviews, testimonials, and storymonials. It's really, really important to get those because those are good customer testimonials. Number 4 is offer incentives, rewards, or loyalty program. Now, I will often, if anybody, you know, brings me a client, I think, Daryl, you bought me a client once and I sent you a gift pack. So if anybody refers anyone to me, they get a gift pack. I used to do a percentage. So for customers, if they did it, I'd give them a percentage. Many of them said they actually didn't want money for it. They felt icky doing it. So I changed it. And now I just actually give a gift. Not that, you know, anybody actually knows that they're going to get a gift when they refer someone to me, but they actually get a gift. However, my referral partners, they get a percentage. You could, again, run a competition. We did this at the gym. Run a competition with all your customers and ask them to introduce you to whoever can give me 3 people they know who are interested in what it is that I'm doing. Your name will go into a hat to win a prize. So a referral competition with your customers, and you can even extend that to your referral partners. Templating scripts, introductions, or pitches. So make it super easy. Sometimes people don't know how to introduce you in an email. So say to your referral partners, the next time you introduce me in an email, here's a template. Meet Tara. This is what Tara does. This is how you can connect with Tara. Tara is happy to be connected to these type of people. And I thought of you. Here's Tara's links. Here's a link to book a call. Okay. And then freaking book the call. Like book the call or email them back. And I do this all the time. I email back straight away and I go, thank you so much for the introduction. I'm happy to have a chat. Here is my link to book a call. And I think I've got about 2 or 3 booked in this week from having emailed back. And there were email introductions that were given to me to say, meet Chantel, this is what she does. But I've given them a script to say, this is who I am. This is what I do. Make it easy for that to happen. The next one is create shareable content. Create shareable content, meaning that if I've got a whole bunch of tradie referral partners, and if I work with tradies and have worked with tradies successfully to help them set up their socials and manage their socials, then I need to create content for the accountant, the bookkeeper, the administrator, the Master Plumbers Association, and the tradies mentor, so he can send that shareable content out to show my expertise. So we can share each other's content. And then the last one is another A for ask people to share this. Please, so if I'm on social media and I've created content for tradies on how to manage their socials more effectively, then I can say, hey, share this with any tradies that you know. Tag a tradie who you think this would benefit from this. So ask people to share that content. Ask in your emails, hey, I've got a new program coming up. This program will be really good for your tradies, and send it to them. Now, I do not funnel lump. Everyone hears me using that word. Funnel lumping is when I go, hey, I've got this Get Sales on Your Website program coming up. So I send it to my tradies. my business coaches. I send it to my B2B, to my B2C, and I send it to everyone with the same thing. No, I don't. I change the cover letter and say, this gets sales on your website. It's going to be good for tradies because this gets sales on your website is going to be good for the B2Bs because, and I change it and I make that first that letter or that information to say it is relevant to your audience because. So even though I know that the get sales on your website is going to appeal to every single person across the board, I tell them specifically why it's going to be good for their audience so that they send it out in their email or share it on their social media. And you know what? Having a checklist for them is amazing to say, hey, when I give you something, could you send it an email? Could you share the post on your socials? Could you share it into a group? You could even say LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, post it as a story and create a whole checklist of what you do, what you want them to do. And guess what? You then do that for them because it's all about reciprocation. It's a two-sided relationship. So whatever referral partners you have in place, it is imperative to nurture those relationships, reciprocate, and give thanks to them. When people refer me online, I always say thank you to that person, and I always reciprocate by referring them back. It is harder to convert a new client from a cold audience than it is to convert a warm prospect from a referred, trusted partner. I'm going to say that again. It is harder to convert new clients from a cold audience than it is to convert a warm prospect from a referred, trusted partner. So we always need to be going to the warm places. So for those of you right now are thinking about it and you go, I don't have any referral partners, guaranteed if you got your whiteboard out now and you just did two things. One is, who do I know that has my audience that doesn't do what I do? Who do I already know? Who am I already kind of talking to, emailing to, chin wagging to? Who do I know? Tara, for you, Barbecue Arm would be a great one. I've worked with Kylie from Barbecue Arm. So she sells the barbecue arm. They've trademarked it, sell the barbecue arm for all the caravans, and you're doing all the bedding. There's no conflict of interest. You just have to hope that they've got the same mentality because they've obviously got to be on the same page as you, and they've got to understand the value of referral partnerships. So when you go in, always go in telling them what you're going to do for them before you ask them to do something for you. So always go in showing them what you can do for them before you start asking what they can do for you. Okay. And the second part is have a look at your clients right now and go, who do my clients need who do my clients need in order for me to be better or to do better? Like, what do they need assistance with? So Jody might go, you know what? My clients are, they might be struggling with health and fitness. So maybe they're full of injuries. Maybe they're doing an exercise program and they're needing help with what Deborah does. So then you go, right, Deborah, can we be referral partners? Because you work with people. Many of those people are going to be mums. Some of them are going to be struggling with, with their self-care and their mindset around empowerment. Deborah doesn't do that stuff. She does the metabolic conditioning with the health and fitness stuff. So you go, right, let's form a referral partnership. From there, you can even become do a joint venture, do collaborations, increase your network. Share across each other's socials and content, and start now tagging and spruiking each other online. Now you're getting into bed with the right people, especially people who've done my training because they know how to play the game. People who've been in my training, who attend these meetings on an ongoing basis, they know how the game is played. I can let you know right now, do not be surprised if you phone the perfect referral partner and you go, this is going to be amazing. And maybe Daryl will share his gym story. And he just got a finger up from someone. So just because you think it's a great one, there are some business owners out there who have a closed mindset. They do not have an abundance mindset. They do not understand the value of referral partnerships. The good news is they are not your people. They do not share your beliefs. They do not share your values. Step away. It's the same like you cannot get a person who's not in the, you cannot get a person who's not made the decision to change the way they eat or exercise to eat and exercise better. You can't. If they've not made the decision, you can't get them to do it. They have got to have made that decision, else it's not going to happen. It's the same with Jane. Unless they have made the decision that they, if they do not appreciate art or see the value in art, they will not do art or pay for art. They just won't. So they're not your people. It's the same with Margaret. If they do not like plants and they do not grow plants, well, they're not going to need plant tags. So what, why are they going to invest their time in that? So yeah, there will be an issue. Margaret, is there paper in your plant tags? No, there's no paper in your plant tags. Okay, good. Because what I was going to say is, for example, at the moment, like at the expo, there's a lot of people who have problem with paper. They don't do paper. They don't do paper business cards or brochures, and all they've got is their phone with a contact us. And people kept, going, no, I'm paperless. I'm paperless. But then they needed another method of being able to collect it. So, so I was going to say, if you do have paper, then maybe you'll get a no from someone who's paperless. So that's awesome. All right, cool. So what we might do now is we'll go to the storytelling part. And in order to be part of the storytelling and hear from our amazing audience, you do need to be part of our VIP community, which meets live on a Monday, 1 p.m. in Queensland or Brisbane time in Australia. And I'm sure all you've got to do is subscribe on the website, which is www.chantelgerardi.com.au. And if you subscribe, you'll be able to find a link and join us for these ongoing Monday Live Masterminds.